Alright guys, welcome to another beer review, and today we're going back over, long overdue I will add, to Left-Handed Giant. And this is a collaboration that they were involved in with Pig's Ears Beer Limited, and this was a series called Beer and Art Series 2018, and I think there was 8 breweries that came together with the sort of like the graphic designers and illustrators who were known for designing for that brand. So of course Verdant, Track were involved with it as well. You know, really striking artwork, and I love series like this. I was hoping that I could actually find a box of all of these beers, but I'm not sure if they actually released it, which would have been fantastic because that would have been a great little series. But yeah, so this is number 4 in the series, and it's as I said, Left-Handed Giant and Pig's Ears Beer Limited, who I think are a distribution service in the UK, and I think the breweries who they represent, you know, collaborate with them, as well as the accompanying artists, who of course in this case is James Yeo, who's produced some absolutely wonderful piece of artwork. I've got actually another can from Left-Handed Giant that I'm still yet to review, the Parts Unknown can. Just look at that. How great would that be? Big, like the door in the centre, right, and then just the cloud pan just covering the rest of the t-shirt. How amazing would that be? And yeah, I'm a massive fan of James Yeo's design work that he's done for Left-Handed Giant, and I'm a big fan of Left-Handed Giant as well. So yeah, this is number 4 in the series, and this is a coffee and Tonka Stout. So first of all, we'll have a look at the James Yeo artwork, or Yeo. I'm not too sure how it's properly pronounced, so I don't want to sound like a dick when I'm trying to pronounce it, so I do apologise. But yeah, just look at that artwork, absolutely fantastic. So there's a little bit of a blurb on the back, which actually talks about the designer, or the artist, the graphic designer, illustrator, which I think is really good. So James Yeo is the in-house designer behind Left-Handed Giant's branding. He designs digitally and has a focus on creating abstract scenes for various characters to exist within. Excuse me, you'll just have to excuse me a second. I've just absolutely demolished, as you can see there, a can of Heady Topper, which I drank a little bit too quickly because it was so damn good. And it's currently Wednesday, and I'm having a few beers, even though I've just come back from Leeds, which I had a considerable amount of beers, and I'm in work tomorrow. But it doesn't matter, because lifestyle change is happening in 2019. But yeah, my hair looks absolutely terrible. I should have got it cut, because I don't think I'll have a chance to have it cut before the new year, but oh well, that's life. Anyway, so James focused on creating an impactful image to represent the bold nature of the beer. He subtly references number 04 through the shapes and posture of the character within the image. And that is actually really damn clever. I did not pick up on that at all. Yeah, I can see that. Wonderful stuff. So it's not just a nice abstract piece of art. There's actually rhyme and reason as to why it looks like that. Wonderful stuff. Hopefully I can get that label off without it ripping. But yeah, so this is a 6% ABV Tonka and Coffee Stout. I'll read the tasting notes. Rich stout brewed with hot steeped coffee and cold infused Tonka bean. I've had a few beers with Tonka beans. I don't know if I'm at that stage where I'd be able to recognise the characteristics of Tonka beans, but oh well, I'm sure the beer is going to taste fantastic. Spoiler alert, my good friend Rob from Hopscene really enjoyed this beer. And yeah, ingredients are Bramling Cross Cascade as the hops. Interesting combination for a stout. Malts are Marisotta and Cara free, as well as chocolate malt crystal, roasted barley, oats and wheat. Yeast is WLP002. There's lactose, as well as Tonka and coffee. I'd like to know which coffee they've used in this. I'm always interested with the coffees they've used. But yeah, brewed and canned by Left Handed Giant in Bristol. So social media links down below. But yeah, this camera angle's not doing the can any justice. Hopefully you'll get a better representation in the thumbnail. But yeah, pick this up from Little Leeds Beer House for £4.80 on a recent trip to Leeds. Met up with my good friend Rob from Hopsy. And yeah, a wonderful time was had by all. If you ever want to see Leeds, then get in touch with Rob, because he will show you the best places to go. In fact, we had some of the finest food I've had this year in Leeds at the Assembly Underground from Bread and Butter Barbecue, which is a Brazilian style barbecue. And we had beef, and it's absolutely glorious. Anyway, we're here to talk about this beer, so let's get it opened and see what we get. As I said, not had anything from LHG for a while, so I was very much excited to try this one because it's part of the Beer and Art series, and I do enjoy that concept of matching illustrators with artists, even though James Yeo is the in-house designer for Left Handed Giant. But I think that's an important emphasis now in these days when it comes to craft beer. And I think that relationship between not only, you know, designers, illustrators, graphic designers, but also chefs, distribution networks, athletes, clothing brands, lifestyle magazines. I'm loving this whole sort of like inner world when it comes to beer, and projects like the Beer and Art series, which I could have picked up a Verdant IPA. I think it was an IPA as part of this, but it's like, no, because then I'd feel like the pressure to get the rest of the beers in the series, which I can't afford. And this t-shirt really shows off just how big my man breasts are, which is never a good sign. So 2019 is going to be the year that I cut down on this, and I might actually venture outside of the house and walk places. Who knows? Crazier things have happened. But yeah, beer in a glass then, and that to me is looking... I wouldn't say that's completely jet black, but it's a really dark, intense, sort of like slightly scorched oak, I'd say. Very precise. I don't know where that came from. But yeah, with about one finger's worth of a lovely dark sort of mocha looking head. It looks like a black coffee with a bit of cafe crema as well. Looks absolutely fantastic. It was pouring a lot heavier than what you'd expect from a 6% ABV stout. So let's see what we get on the nose. That's wonderful. Coffee just smells beautiful. It's not an overbearing aroma. It's actually quite a modest and well balanced sort of like blend. A little bit of a sweetened chocolate in there. See, I wouldn't be able to describe Tonka beans, but this has smelled like every other Tonka bean stout that I've had up to this point. And it smells wonderful. It's like this roasty sweetness. It's almost like a roasted molasses. If you could solidify molasses and then roast it, this is what I'd expect it to smell like. Lovely sweetness to it, but not too sugary, sickly sweet. It's got a bit of cake batter to it. It's almost like this slight coconut vibe, which I always get from Tonka beans, because a lot of them have coconut, because apparently it blends well with Tonka beans. But yeah, there's that sort of like desecrated coconut, almost, is it golden lion like treacle sponge cake. It's very cakey. It smells wonderful, but there's like this little sharp pepperiness about it as well. So anyway, it smells fantastic. It really does. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. That is silky smooth. That is absolutely silky smooth. Do you know what? It's got the body of like an imperial pastry stout. It really friggin' does. It's creamy, that lactose, just the right amount where you get the texture but you don't get that slightly sour taste. Still getting a bit of coconut in there. It reminds me of dark chocolate Bounty bars, but with the coconut toned down a little bit. Lovely chocolatey coffee tones. Again, the coffee they've used is wonderful. It's not bold, it's not domineering, it's not overly roasty or earthy. This has got all the complexities of like an adjunct ridden imperial stout from, you know, the likes of Evil Twin, Omnipollo, those sorts of breweries. But they've only added lactose, coffee and tonka beans in there. And they've got such a wonderful, wonderful flavour. And look at the hops cascade. I don't know if I'm getting any of that cascade in there. Maybe there's some qualities that come out of the cascade that are blended with other hops. Obviously, I'm far from a brewer, but it just works. It really, really does. It's gentle, smooth, very desserty. It's like cake batter. It's like a chocolate cake batter with a bit of coffee in there and desiccated coconut on top. And I've had a lot of 6% ABV stouts where the body is just too thin. It's too watery. It's just too... do you know what I mean? But this is just the right amount of sweetness. There's just about the right amount of savouriness. There's a subtle hint of a spiciness in there. Or a seasoned as opposed to spicy. It's not spicy. There's like... It's like it's been enhanced with some sort of seasoning when you're cooking. Oh, that's absolutely tremendous. It really, really is. It's warming. Do you know what I mean? It's like going to your grandma's house on a Sunday and having your dinner there. Do you know what I mean? And she baked cakes or cupcakes the night before. You've had a lovely meal, and then next thing you know, you've got these butterfly cakes with, you know, coconut cream in the nice chocolate. Bro, oh my God. I think tonka beans, although I don't fully understand the flavour profiles or characteristics, could be one of my favourite additions when it comes to beer. Because every stout I've had that has had tonka beans included has been absolutely top draw. And it's like this sort of subtle coconut flavour that I seem to get a lot. And it's just tasting really nice. It's so indulgent, but you're not getting the booziness. You're not getting the heaviness, but it's still silky smooth. It's bold enough in the body. That's absolutely wonderful. It really, really is. It's legitimately one of the most satisfying stouts that I've had in quite a long time. I should have shaved. I'm not going to shave for Christmas. I should have saved this for Christmas because, do you know what it reminds me of? I can never remember the name of these. But you know those little like coconut, doughy sort of chocolate things that you have at Christmas? Not macaron. What are they called? Well, there's like a little bit of like a drizzle of chocolate on there. That's what it's reminded. It's like liquid version of that. Those little Christmassy coconut chocolate doughy treats. I've hit the nail on the head. That's wonderful. It's terrific. It's a wonderful beer. It's a 10 out of 10. I'm really impressed with this. The thing that was kind of putting me off, I mean, just look at that. Look at that glug for a 6% ABV beer. The thing that was slightly putting me off was the fact that it was 6% ABV. I'm not usually the biggest fan of stouts that are under 10% ABV because I think they lack a little bit of body and a little bit of flavour. But this beer has happily proved me wrong. It's actually one of the best left-handed joint beers that I've had this year. Oh my god, now that I'm visualising these little sweets, it's just making the beer even better. So it's safe to say that I'm a massive fan of this. So if you've tried it, let me know your thoughts, opinions down below. Hopefully I can wear a little bit of a loose t-shirt so you don't see this sort of like stripe thing in between my tits. And yeah, thank you for watching. Let me know if you tried it. If my friends Fell Beer Tubes have reviewed it, then I'll put their links down below. Check out Left-Handed Giant. Check out Pig Ears Beer Limited, and also check out Little Leeds Beer House. Wonderful stuff. I've got to go because I've got a phone call. See you guys later. 10 out of 10. Give me more of this.